Number two, if you lobby foreign entities, you're supposed to register as a foreign agent. There's a law called the Foreign Agents Registration Act. None of his family registered for that. What we found through our investigation was from the IRS whistleblowers that they never paid a penny of taxes on this $27 million. So $27 million coming in tax-free, that's a pretty good start to wealth. Obviously, if Pam Bondi wants to take our investigation, she could pursue charges of money laundering. She could pursue charges of violation of Foreign Agents Registration Act. She could probably put together enough evidence for a RICO case. So the decision as to whether or not to pursue charges on the Biden family, that ball's going to be in the Trump administration's court. I certainly hope they do. I think Jim Jordan has said publicly he hopes they do. But at the very least, we want to see people held accountable in the federal government when what we call the deep state, the unelected deep state bureaucrats that were responsible for the cover-up. No one would ever explain what the Bidens did for a living. They would say, oh, they're business associates. Well, what business? There is no business. They don't produce or manufacture a good or service. They don't do anything other than sell access to Joe.
So sum up their legacy. Your book, All the President's Money, you go into this. If you had to sum up the Biden legacy, what would it be? He's
going to be known as the most corrupt president in the history of America. His family had no business, no jobs. They didn't have a real job. They didn't have any business. And they took in all this money. They had all these investigations from our federal government going on, and they were never charged. In one instance, Hunter Biden had two partners on a scheme where they defrauded a Native American pension fund, a tribal pension fund. There were three of these guys: Jason Galanis, Devin Archer, and Hunter Biden. Jason Galanis has been in prison for a decade over this. Devin Archer's about to go to prison, and Hunter Biden was never even questioned. So how can you have three equal partners on a scam and the other two go to prison and one gets off scot-free? That's the definition of the Biden family. Joe has always played the plausible deniability card, but in every instance where the Bidens received a huge sum of money, $1 million plus wire, days before, Joe just miraculously either had dinner with them or did a conference call with them or played golf with them. And throughout the whole 2020 campaign, when this laptop was revealed and some of this information was in there, Joe said he never met any of these people. It was Russian disinformation. So Joe Biden's the most dishonest president. He's the least transparent president. And I would argue he's the most corrupt president in our nation's history.